This is the TM Cup Series. I'm your host, Cynon 44, and this is race 16 of 17 at the Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee. The pole winner was the 3 of Scott Bates. The 3-car Scott Bates got a huge lead right off the bat. Meanwhile, in the back of the field, Doug Baker in the 57 and Ricky Navarro in the white 97 get together and go into the wall. The first caution, though, was on the second lap of the race when Lauren Beatty in the 48 car gets turned around by Scott Stoidler in the 71. However, that's not the only incident. You're going to see at the top of the screen, there's Josh Lett making his first start for that race team. They've made several attempts with different drivers, Brandon Lee and Brandon Brooks Jr., 2 of them. See Avery Holtzman smoking. That would put an end to the 99's day early. Old school race fans remember the name Dale Roswell in the 34 car. The 1997 and 1999 series champion made his return today. Second caution was on lap 7. Justin Brooks comes back onto the racetrack and into the outside wall recklessly. He would get booed for this, and Mike Hammond Jr. was also not happy with him. CMR wasn't either. Alexis Rainsford, his teammate, was in 10th, and James Lombardi in the 50 car actually went a lap down. 3-car of Scott Bates led on the restart, but again, only 1 lap of green. Caution flew in lap 11. Mike Hammond Jr., more problems for him as Doug Baker turns him around. Nobody hits him this time, though. Again, the 3-car Scott Bates is leading, and there you see Andrew Browning giving Paul Calhoun a Bristol rub. James Lombardi in the 50 car, along with about half the field, made the big mistake of pitting under green because the caution flew while they were in the pits. Tony Durbin in the 28 car gets turned sideways by the 93 of Ryan Naraki and holds up the field as he collects a few other cars, Johnny Ada being one of them. Tony Durbin had choice words for several competitors. It got to the point where he had to be called to the hauler after the race. 5th caution in lap 26. DC Ada Jr. hits a slowed up Matt Janowski and puts the 9 car on the inside wall. The 9 car goes on to finish the race and no real damage to him. Stuart Sandoval in the 45 led in the restart up until lap 34 when the caution flew. Stephanie McGlynn in the 77 is going to get involved in a tussle-up between Colin Evans, DC Ada Jr., Tony Durbin, who again had more choice words for different people this time. McGlynn went on to finish the race. In fact, she was running in 3rd place. Go figure. Caution 7 on lap 39. Mike Hammond Jr. gets turned into the wall for the 3rd time, this time by Jason Smokeoff. The 65 car, Matt Janowski, again involved in an incident. Alexis Rainsford, the 98 car, was running in 2nd at the time. You're going to see the wreck happen in front of her. But now watch this. Evan Coldis turns her sideways. Scott Bates gets into the back of the 98 car. And then Colin Evans hits the 98, and that's going to send the 98 car out of the race. However, she will finish 24th. Julia Nosova in the 1 car in the meantime led in the restart, and the 1 car looked like she would check out from the field. Unfortunately for her, the 45 of Stuart Sandoval was still a very good race car, and it wasn't long before Sandoval took advantage of the lap traffic and Nosova's bad positioning on the racetrack to make a pass on the inside in the backstretch. The next caution flew shortly afterwards, on lap 71. The 48 of Lauren Beatty tags the back of the 77 and turns herself around. The car does not hit anything, not even the inside wall. Stuart Sandoval's 45 led in the restart. Kathy Bates and Connor Pate are lapped cars right there. Bates is going to get into the 45 in the last lap of the race. Julia Nosova has an opportunity but runs into the 41. What a finish to this race. Sandoval will win it under caution with Nosova in 2nd, Stephanie McGlynn in 3rd, James Lombardi in 4th, Johnny Ada in 5th, Scott Stoidler, DC Ada Jr., Paul Calhoun, Kathy Bates, and Tony Durbin in the 28 car was actually 2 laps down, but still finishes in the top 10. And here are those top 10 in points. Alexis Rainsford and James Lombardi are the only 2 competitors for the title. Rainsford has 91 points over the 50 car. John Broughton, Ryan Moody, Julia Nosova jumps about 10 positions to get back up to 5th. Nosova and Moody competing for the Rookie of the Year award, along with Bruno Battaglia in the 51, who's sitting in 7th. None of the other Rookie of the Year contenders are in the top 10 in points. And here's 11 through 20. Colin Reed is down out of the top 10, and I predicted him to win the championship a few weeks ago. Nick Phillip in 12th, Lauren Beatty, Matt Janowski, Scott Head, Colin Evans, Justin Brooks drops down to 17th. Lewis Kingston, despite everything he tries, he's probably not going to leave 18th in points. That is a prediction for the rest of the season. How about this guy, Stuart Sandoval in the 45? He was racing his way in for most of the season, and now that team is on a hot streak. They are all the way up to 19th in points. Mario Marquez rounds out the top 20. That's all for this week in the TM Cup Series. I'll see you next time.